Alright, here is the video review for Studio Series 86 Voyager class WRECK-GAR. And I've got hot rod riding him. I found that smaller Voyagers and regular sized deluxes fit the best. Like Optimus Primal can ride him. Hot Rod's a Voyager, but he's kind of more of a deluxe size figure. But deluxe size characters like Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, you can technically get them on there, but they look a little small in comparison to the bike. But Hot Rod looks pretty cool riding WRECK-GAR here. Again, like I said, I've had Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime, I've gotten on him, but his legs are so long that it kind of gets a little, defeats the purpose. But anyway, that was just to show Transformer riding him. There is the bike itself. He's got these little stands that flip up into the shins that hold it upright when you don't have a character either standing on him or otherwise supported. And I got super lucky because I went to Target the other night, kind of on a whim, and checked the Transformer section. It looked as empty as usual. They had gotten some new stuff in because there was one lone wing finger on the shelf, on the deluxe shelf, but that was it. And I was like, well, I don't really want wing finger. I mean, if the whole wave was there, I probably would have grabbed him along with tracks and stuff. But it's like, maybe not today. And then was just kind of wandering back to check out some of the Magic cards section and the NECA figures, and down, kind of just stuck in sideways among some of the Gremlins figures was this lone WRECK-GAR, and I stacked him up with the quickness because I really wanted to play with him. But yeah, here he is. He's a motorcycle. His little axe can plug into the back. You don't have to plug it there. And again, you can flip these little panels up. And like, again, while he doesn't roll freely, like the wheels don't spin super freely, this actually the back one does a little bit. The front one is a little tight here between the hands. But the way they snap in. But anyway, he can roll, and the tires will kind of roll with it, although they're knobbly. They got the big spikes on them. And yeah, that's about it in vehicle mode. He does have these little spikes that come out the side, so he's a little wide. And I also saw somebody, if you have two of them, take the wheels and instead of clipping them between the arms, that's the same kind of attachment as here and here, and stuck the wheels on the outside, so he had a four-wheeler mode. Now, which is something you can do. I only have the one, so I can't do it. Yeah, cool little flamey Junkion motorcycle. His axe, go ahead and take that off the back to transform him. And then untab the feet from under here. And once you've got that whole assembly, you can flip open, pop the wheel out from where it plugs in between the legs. And then you just kind of straighten the legs out. Down here, these are his hips. He's got little hip pockets, pouches. Straighten the foot. And the feet are nice because they rotate here, but there's a separation there between those two reds, and that gives them some ankle tilt there. Technically the ankle's up here, but it does allow the feet to angle there if you want them in wider stance poses, which is nice. Then come up here and untab the arms from underneath the chest, and go ahead and pop them apart and pop that wheel off. And then the arms flip out to the side here, and then the chest comes down. And you want to bring this around like that. Bring that down. The arms, this whole assembly folds into the body, and then the clear windshield piece collapses even further, but snap that all the way back. So it's all the way back. The handlebars actually rotate down onto his back so they're not visible. You can leave them up. They won't cause anything, but if you want them out of the way, you can do that. And then this comes back up. And this should be collapsing more. Maybe it could sound like this. And there we go. No, that's not right either. Does it need to collapse? I'm pretty sure this doesn't need to collapse in before that. No, there's no room for that. Oh, getting this little weird piece to fold properly is always a little odd because when you go to motorcycle mode, you want to make sure, like when this is popped up, this angled piece right here, it helps if we fold this all up into the waist part. Oh yeah, bring this forward. But this piece needs to be up and angled back into there for everything to fit properly, up like that, because you want this angled up like this so the arms can fold in and fit. If this is coming down like this, you can't really get the arms past, and it interferes with how they sit. Yeah, bring that back down, snap it in. Bring this up like this. Bring this forward, bring this forward. Bring this down like this. There we go, like that. And then you can fold that down. And when you fold this down, so yeah, make sure you fold this up to make this waist proper, and then you can fold this up properly. Bring these in, and there's tabs here. You want to make sure that goes over those tabs to lock the shoulders in place. Like that. His head all the way up. And there we go. Stand him up. Bring his arms down. And rotate them so the spikes face the outside. Bring that down around. Flip out his fists. There actually is a nice little tab there to catch, which is nice. And it's easy to catch. Then stand him up. And then the wheels. The official instructions for him have the wheels on here and here, but anywhere there's a spike, I mean, you could even tab them on the inside of an arm if you wanted to, but anywhere there's a spike, you can slide through the wheel and then peg it on. So if you wanted to have them, they're probably going to do a few junkions from this mold, probably at least one, but you can put the wheels on wherever. But officially, we're going to do the instructions way. Has one wheel on his left arm and one wheel at his left knee. His waist joint, people ask me, do you find his waist joint a little loose? And it is. There's a few bits on here that are a little flibbly. Like these pouches. These pouches being loose are fine because they don't get in the way of the legs. But the hips forward and back, especially on this side, is a little loose. The waist is super loose. And you can see it's just a little mushroom peg in there. It may be possible to slide some floor polish in there and tighten it up a little bit. And then his nipples, he's got articulated nipples, these little guns here. And it's mostly just so, they're on ball joints, and it's mostly because this piece sits at an angle in motorcycle mode, so to get that to face forward for vehicle mode, so it's pointing straight forward, they had to make it movable and then to move them up. I wish they could move like this and then also maybe collapse in so they weren't as prominent, but hey. Then he plug his axe into his hand, and his little spinny axe thing, it really spins. It'll spin for a while with just a little bit of flip. I mean, it does eventually stop from friction, but it's got a nice little. I like watching it on the camera now. It looks like it's going backwards, even though it is not. But yeah, it'll go for a bit. He's got a ball jointed neck. Now his goatee he does have a sculpted goatee off to the side that does kind of prevent his head from going down too far, but he can look up and around. He's got the dual hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, elbow swivel to about 90 degrees. No wrist swivel, unfortunately. Oh, he does have a wrist swivel. How about that? Mushroom peg there. To be honest, I hadn't even bothered to try swiveling his wrist because with that kind of flip out hinge, I did not expect they would have engineered it in there. But hey, there you go. Waist swivel, he's got a little bit of an ab crunch here. Dual hinge hips, and again, they can go out to the side, and these can get out of the way. Thigh swivel, hinge knee, again to about 90 degrees, and then the front to back feet, and then that little hinge there at the bottom of the foot, so you can get them in some wider stance poses with flat feet, if you want to. But a really nice, tune-accurate, movie-accurate WRECK-GAR. And like I said, I like his weapons. I like his motorcycle mode. Just size comparison, there he is with Studio Series Hot Rod. And there he is with, I guess that was Earthrise Optimus Prime, although he did get re-released in Kingdom. And then for more movie characters, there he is with Galvatron. Just if you want to see how he fit on various shelves, but if you just like WRECK-GAR, I think you could have. I think you could skip all the other movie figures and still have and enjoy WRECK-GAR. He's a unique look. He's a fun figure. He's a very nice update to the old G1 version. I I may still have one of the smaller deluxe WRECK-GAR sitting around. I don't have the Combiner Wars or Power of the Primes or whichever line that most recent combining WRECK-GAR was released in. But I did have the deluxe WRECK-GAR from a while back. And it may have been Reveal the Shield or Generations, one of those lines. But I don't know where he is right now. If I do a comparison. But a really fun toy, definitely worth the price. It actually ended up being a Target I assumed would be the $29.99 price, and it was actually $26.76 or something. And it was a couple bucks cheaper at Target than I was expecting, so that was also a nice little surprise. But there he is. He talks TV. I hope you talk some TV. There's a Studio Series WRECK-GAR. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay happy. Do your best out there. Remember, do your best every day, even though your best may not always be 100% every day. But just do the best you can. That's just how I get through things. Sometimes, my best one day may not be my best the same day, but every day I try to do my best, and it's been helping. So hang in there. Take it easy. See you soon.